of women's rights groups being attacked by trans activists. Look at the black guy with the goddamn flag on his head, and he's doing nothing. And then the police comes and they'll do nothing. It looks like the war for the throne of the alphabet mafia, the LGBTQ community, is on. All right, welcome back, guys and gals, boys and girls. And I'm being binary on purpose. So, if you are a woman, what is a woman, by the way? I just couldn't let that one slide. So if you are a woman and you're a feminist and you have supported the alphabet mafia LGBTQ plus community throughout these years, you need to wake the fuck up. Yes, you heard it right. Wake the fuck up. Why? Because the woman, biological female, is being erased. By whom? Not by men. Not by the toxic men. No. The women are being erased. The biological female women are being erased by their own comrades. The alphabet mafia. Yep. What is a woman? Simple question, right? Not so simple nowadays. The woke, identity politics, ideologues are trying to erase women out of the picture. Just a couple of days ago, I watched a video. Maybe I'll just play it, so you'll see what I'm talking about. Where biological women are demonstrating against biological males competing against biological women. Biological males who identify as women who are competing against women, against biological women. And of course, a biological male has all the advantages of being a biological male. And it's wrong in all sorts of ways. You have to be a lunatic to believe that there's no difference between a biological male and a biological female. You have to be a deranged lunatic, like the alphabet mafia is trying to make us believe. Well, some of the alphabet mafia. And so these women were out there protesting against, that sort of a unfairness. Let's face it. Men competing against women, it's wrong. It's just wrong. Especially in combat sports, right? We've seen, you can all go online and Google it, We've all seen those videos where biological males who identify as women go and fight against biological women. And it's a fucking disgrace. But no one says anything about it. Well, men. Men usually are the ones who say anything about it. But the women, especially the feminists. And we'll talk about feminism in just a sec. They'll shut the fuck up. And why? Because they are part of the alphabet mafia. And so, now that some of the feminists are waking up and are realizing that this is bullshit. We cannot have biological males beating up girls. We cannot have biological males beating all sorts of records in women's sports, like that guy in the States. He's a swimmer, right? Identifies as a girl. He's okay. When he used to swim against men, well, he never won anything. He was just an average swimmer. But as soon as he started identifying himself as a woman and started competing against biological women, all of a sudden he became a star. Started beating all sorts of records. And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. And now we've got all these women waking up to that fact, and they are trying to stand up. And what happened to these women who went protesting against biological males competing against biological women? So they were out there demonstrating, signs and a peaceful demonstration, okay? And along comes a group of trans activists, all right? And they beat the crap out of those girls. Yep. They just went through them like a hot knife in butter. Destroyed all their signs, beat them up, and just went on their merry way. That's what you get when you get in bed with the devil. You have to be able to take the heat. And so, a war inside the alphabet mafia is starting to brew. Who should lead? Who should sit on the throne of the LGBTQ plus community? Who started the LGBTQ plus community? I could swear it were the feminists way back when. But now it's been taken over by the trans community. Oh yeah. And if you don't abide to what the trans community wants, you are transphobic. No one hears people talk about homophobic anymore. It's just transphobic. Because no one cares about gay people anymore. Right? They just care about trans people. Oh, and now they've come up with this non-binary bullshit. The LGBTQ used to be binary. Up until now. Either you were gay or a lesbian. Right? You were still binary. Nope. Now we're gender fluid. We're gender fluid, and there's no such thing as biological sex. It's just what the doctors assign you when you are born. Yep, that's what they want you to believe. And it's not the gay community who started this. It's not the lesbian community. It's not the feminists who started this. It's the trans community. And who's backing up the trans community in this regard? Oh, the woke, you guessed it, identity politics ideologues. Because that's what they want. So here we see another trans activist groups, and they're all covered with masks and, all covered up. You can only see their eyes, right? And they're protesting against women, against women's rights, against feminists, against lesbians. This is what I'm talking about. And this is in the UK. People think that these things only happen in the United States. No, it's right here in Europe. This is in the UK. There's a war going on inside the alphabet mafia.